Today I'm going to be going over just a couple meals that I make with the food that I prep every week. And so really quick, I'll go through and I will show you what I have prepped for the week, and then I'll kind of throw some meals together using a variation of everything. And before I do that, everyone always asks me what sauces I use. And so I want to kind of preface this by saying I stopped making a lot of sauces just because it took up a lot of my mind space, and I can never really get them to taste the way I wanted them to. And I just decided that store-bought sauces were fine. A lot of them do have oil in them, so I will usually use half of a serving, or I'll water things down with, or not water, but dilute them with lemon juice or some vinegar or something like that, just to kind of make a little bit go farther. But anyway, so I will show you everything that I have prepped. So the first thing I have prepped is some sweet potatoes. And I don't know, I think these are the jeweled or garnet. They're a purpley color, but these are really great. My daughter loves them, so I kind of use these when I do make sweet potatoes. If I'm not going to be sharing with my daughter, I'll usually use the Hannah yams. But yes, I got those. I have lots of jasmine rice because my family eats this, and so we all kind of just share out of this container. I have some pinto beans. Canned beans are fine, but we go through so many that I always make a big batch. We usually do a big batch of black beans, but pinto beans sounded really good this week, so me and my daughters will be eating off of this. I have some shredded up cabbage that I usually eat steamed up with this yellow squash. I really like that with rice dishes and everything, and so I usually pair these two together when I'm making one of my meals. Of course, I have my broccoli, which, we go through a lot of broccoli every week, so I usually just cut it up straight into here. So I have a lot of actual prep videos, but figured I'd show you what I do with all this stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with one of the sweet potatoes, and I am just going to kind of cut a seam down the middle and open it up. This one's a little tough still. And then I'm going to add my broccoli to the side. And then I'm going to take about a 1/4 cup of my pinto beans and just put that on top of the sweet potato. And then you can just add salsa or hot sauce. I really like putting bitchin sauce on everything, so I am going to just put a tiny bit of the bitchin sauce on there. Like I said, not even a serving size. And then I will add more hot sauce because that is what I'm into. And that makes a really quick and yummy meal that has good protein in it and lots of veggies and a sweet potato, which is very filling. So it looks delicious. And I often pack stuff like this for lunch too, which is super easy and really easy to reheat. So it is good for all of the things. For the second meal that I'm going to make, I am going to steam some of the shredded up cabbage, and you can do green or purple or both. I just happen to have this one all shredded up, so I did purple cabbage last week. And then I'm gonna add just a handful of summer squash to it. And then I'm gonna steam that for about 3 minutes. Okay, so moving on to plating the second meal. I have my cabbage and yellow squash all nice and steamed up. I'm just gonna toss that in there. And cabbage is super low in calorie density and is very filling. So, and then with this, I'm going to scoop out a cup of rice. And you don't have to measure your food. I just have always used measuring cups as like servers. So that is a leftover from my Weight Watchers when I was a teenager. So I have my rice and my veg. And then I really love the coconut secret sauces. I just have the seasoning sauce and marinade. So I'm gonna just kind of put a little bit on there. And then I'm going to put some hummus on there. And I mean, I will put anything on this. I will use the bitchin' sauce. Sometimes I buy yum sauce from a local restaurant, and that is like so good. That one is a little more calorie dense, so I can't use as much. But I just like to take a dollop, put it right in the middle, and call it good. And that dollop of hummus kind of takes the like bean place, so you still get some protein, not a ton, but you still get some protein, and then a starch and veg. For my last dish, I am just going to be doing a like taco or Southwest salad. So I always have like greens on hand, so I always just take a big handful and throw them in my big bowl. I like to cut them up. That way they're a little easier to get in my mouth. And once they are all chopped up, I measured out a tablespoon of this ranch, vegan ranch dressing that I like to use. And so I just kind of put it all on there. And if it doesn't all come out, I'll just take some leaves and wipe it out. And just like that. And then to kind of make it go a little bit farther, I will add some lemon juice. And then I take these guys and I kind of just mix it all in. I can't plate food without making a huge mess, so la-di-da. So once it looks like it's all mixed in, then I just add all my toppings. I am going to add some pinto beans. And then I'm going to add some rice. And then I'm gonna add some of the sweet potato. And you can add like corn or whatever, but because I have this made and it adds that little like sweet tang, I'm just gonna keep the sweet potato. And then some red onion. And I just kind of chop up a red onion and keep it in my fridge for the week. It's not a good idea to store onion in plastic because the plastic will just keep that smell forever. So, and then I just sliced up some red cherry tomatoes. And then I'm just going to grate on one side a little bit of carrots. That's good. And then to top it off, hot sauce, because I like hot sauce on everything. I think it's because it has a little bit of like salt and that it goes a long way without adding too much sodium or like calories or fat or anything. So, and that is my last meal. It's gorgeous. So hopefully that helps. Those are my 3 meals that I tend to just have all the ingredients always ready in my fridge after I prep, and hopefully it helps kind of to get ideas on what to prep and what to make with those foods. And I will eat these types of foods all week. I will mix and match my ingredients, like my starches and my veggies and my sauces. And yeah, it kind of just helps me get through. And that is how I was able to lose 20 pounds. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Please like or subscribe to my channel if you want more content like this. Have a great day. Thank you guys so much for watching.